Bang, 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 bang. Welcome to TEW Tuesday Night Super Show, and we are live here today for TEW. My name is Benny Money, known as Jay, alongside with John Cole, and we are live in Columbus. The All Republican Jack Swagger has got some words to say right here, right now, here on TEW, and let's hear from the TEW champ, the number one contender for the TEW champion, Jack Swagger, because last week Swagger did win in his match with Drew Galloway last week, and he is now the number one contender for the TEW championship. But Roman Reigns will take on Swagger at WrestleFest in 2 weeks' time. Well. In 2 weeks' time, I'll be wrestling Roman Reigns for his TEW championship. But the thing is, I know that I had the match with the RSC champion, Emmanuel Bashking, at In Your House, and I failed. But then I want to think forward now, because the Republic's champion was in the past. The rivalry with Emmanuel Bashking was in the past. Let's look at the future. I might be banned for being RSC champion for life, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't not going to affect me as a person, because I know that I've got this match with Roman Reigns very clearly, straightforward in 2 weeks' time at WrestleFest. I believe that I can be the man, could be TEW champion. Look at my background: mixed martial artist, Olympic winner. And I see that Roman will be very careful what he wishes for, because he might just get it at WrestleFest. But I know that I might have failed in Emmanuel Bashking at In Your House, never face the RSC champion ever again. But I'm thinking forward. Uh-oh. Reigns has interrupted Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger, I know that me and you are not on the same page. But the thing is, in 2 weeks' time, remember this, Swagger. This is my yard. This is my yard, Swagger, and you're in it. You're in my yard right now. Well, I don't care if I'm in your yard, Roman, because in 2 weeks' time at WrestleFest, I'm fighting you for the championship. I beat your self-proclaimed person you handed out a challenge to that who didn't even turn up or didn't even actually appear that long ago on TEW, and that is Drew Galloway. He's been here for only a month in TEW, and you gave him the opportunity. But me, I've been here longer than him. Well, that's all in the past, like you just said about Emmanuel Bashking. You said about Emmanuel Bashking and the RSC Championship as your banned for being champion of the RSC Championship. You said think about the future. You say you think about me now. So what about you think about what I'm gonna do to we're gonna do to me, or what I'm gonna kick your ass at WrestleFest? Well, you see, Roman, I might have to think about the future, and that future is beating you. Because you see, you did give a handout to Drew Galloway, even though he hasn't appeared on TEW for that long. You give out handouts, but me, I earned it by starting from the bottom and working my way up to the top where I am with you right now. There was a time, as I used to think of, where great wrestlers, but everyone is ignorant in their youth. Seeing up close behind the scenes, I've lost a lot of respect. I know I can do better. I want to see you be the great wrestler again. And I think you are, Swagger. Very nice for the kind words, but I see in your eyes that you want to fight me. And I know that next pay-per-view coming up at WrestleFest, we are going to have this matchup. So what about in 2 weeks' time, we fight each other, not just some one-on-one match. What about we fight in a Hell in a Cell match? What do you say? I accept your challenge. Hell in a Cell match? You want the stipulation to be a Hell in a Cell match for my championship? Then you're on. I'll fight you for my title in a Hell in a Cell. Anything what it takes to kick your ass around this very ring. So, yes, you're on, Swagger. Hell in a Cell. In that case, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And there's one thing I want to do before I leave this ring. I want to kick your ass right now. This. Oh my god. He wants to kick his ass, and now Swagger just headbutted Roman Reigns. Oh my god, Roman Reigns got headbutted by Jack Swagger here on TEW. Not very nice at all. It's a bit of a brawl here between Swagger and Roman Reigns. A bit of a fight between these two. Big brawl. Big beatdown between these two. Oh my god now. Swagger now. Oh my ropes to Roman. Bit of trash talk in the middle of the ring between Swagger and Roman. Obviously accused Roman Reigns for giving Drew Galloway handouts here on TEW. And not just that as well. He actually said that let's think about the future. And Swagger's now thinking about fighting, beating up, kicking ass as Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell match at WrestleFest. So it seems like to me that he's focusing on Reigns instead of Emmanuel Bashking, as he's banned as being RSC champion here on TEW. But what a clothesline there. Swagger just took out Roman. Big brawl in the middle of the ring here. And this could be the fate at WrestleFest. So it seems like to me that Swagger will fight Roman Reigns in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleFest pay-per-view in 2 weeks' time. But before we get to that, we've got a tournament matchup, the semi-finals for the number one contender spot for the TEW Royal Tag Team Champions, because whoever wins in this tournament will fight the TEW Tag Team Champions Maniac Moolah and Baz Wolf, the the big machinery, in 2 weeks' time at WrestleFest. But who's going to qualify for the final? We'll have to wait and see about that. Alright, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get this match underway right now here on Total Elite Wrestling. The Butcher and the Blade will take on the old Century villains. And here we go. Belly to belly suplex. Clothesline there, right there from the Blade to El Gotch. So whoever wins this match will fight next week's final for the #1 contenders spot for the Royal Tag Team Championships at the pay-per-view of WrestleFest. And then the Blade now tags the Butcher. The Butcher now punches right hand to El Gotch. And there's a bit of a brawl out happened just before this match begun, of course. Swagger and Roman Reigns had a big brawl in the middle of the ring as those two were trash talking before their match at the pay-per-view at WrestleFest in a couple of weeks' time. But there's a chance of a clothesline. Yeah, Swagger will take on, obviously, Roman Reigns. And, yeah, obviously Swagger will take on Reigns at the pay-per-view coming up soon at WrestleFest. No. Now attack now to Simon Burns. Clothesline. Out of the ring here. Clothesline. Now. Oh, what a suplex move there from the Butcher to Simon Burns. Burns now on the floor, hurt by the Butcher. Can the Butcher qualify for the final next week and win that final? We'll get a #1 contender spot at WrestleFest against the Royal Tag Team Champions. There's a chance here now from the Butcher. The Butcher here, he just tucked him on the ropes. He just tucked his Simon Burns' leg around the ropes and just took him out from that. One. Two. Three. Elbow. Yes. Butcher. What a suplex anyways. There's a chance. Clothesline. Now the Butcher now got a pin. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Punching right in the face there. That side of the ring, the ropes. Oh! Suplex! Oh, he's bleeding right there. Now the Butcher now. Another jackhammer right there. Now cover there for the Butcher. 1, 2, kick out. What's he going to take for the Butcher to win this matchup and the Blade in this tag team match to qualify for the final next week? And the Blade here, the Butcher, oh. He tags in. Oh, I don't want to tag him. I think he wants to go for the finisher move here. Oh, the running clothesline. Cover. Is the Butcher and the Blade going to qualify for the final next week? And they have. The Butcher and the Blade will qualify for the finals of the #1 contendership for the Royal Tag Team Championship matchup at WrestleFest. And it's a win for them here tonight. Here are your winners, the Butcher and the Blade. Right, another matchup for the tournament of this competition. So whoever wins between the Jurassic Express or Julius Pennington or Blockbuster, whoever wins out of these two tag teams will qualify and wrestle the Butcher and the Blade next week in the final to maybe get a matchup at WrestleFest with the Maniac Muda and Baz Tag Team Championships on the 25th of July. But before we get to that, we've got this matchup to maybe who will qualify to take on the Butcher and the Blade for next week's final. Wait and see. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go. And the match will kick off right here, right now. Jungle Boy versus the Blockbuster. And here we go. Now to the side of the ring here. Now, and the apron here. Now, Jungle Boy suplex to Blockbuster. One half of the Jurassic Express. Could they qualify tonight to take on the Butcher and the Blade in the finals next week to get a match at WrestleFest with the Maniac Miller and Baz Wolf, their tag team titles, on the 25th of July? Oh, no, it doesn't. Reverse move. Oh, the big knee right in the face there from Marco Stunt to Block Blaster. Knee in the stomach again. Running knee to the face. Oh, what a splash. Oh, an elbow. Oh, what a move there from Marco Stunt. Oh, suplex. Oh, tag. Stunner right there. An uppercut. Elbow. Oh, 619 there from Marco Stunt to Julius Pennington. Oh, the high knee in the face. No, Marco Stunt, of course, the Babysaurus, will tag now the Jungle Boy again. One half of the Jurassic Express. Now Pennington trying to fight back. Drop kick. Now tag to Block Blaster. Referee was a bit of not good. Drop kick. Drop DDT. Frog Splash. 1, 2, 3. Jurassic Express will qualify and will face Butcher and the Blade next week. Here are your winners, Marco Stunt and Babysaurus, the Jurassic Express. So next week, Jurassic Express will fight the Butcher and the Blade in the finals of the tournament. If they win out of those two, we'll fight Boot Moolah and Buzz Wolf at the pay-per-view of WrestleFest. So, big next week on Super Show. I'm out here for one reason, cuz. You see, last week on Super Show, Maxwell Jagged Fredman did something that he shouldn't have done. He attacked me last week. He beat me up to a pulp. Because after my match I had with his personal bodyguard, Wardlow, he was not finished with me. He took me out. He beat me up to a pulp. Like what he did to me at In Your House as well. But the thing is, yeah, I have enough. I'm sick and tired of Maxwell Jagged Fredman trying to pick on me here on TEW. Treating me like a... And you see, I want to be treated no here on TEW. So I proposed that Maxwell Jagged Fredman, I want you to show up next week on TEW because on WrestleFest, on the 25th of July, I want a match with you in a real, proper matchup. Cuz I want this match, fam, to be a real... Hear this, listen to this very carefully, Maxwell Jacob Fredman, before what I say right now. I want to fight you in a real Extreme Rules match. Because I want to show you what I'm made of. Anything goes. Weapons are allowed. You know, pinfalls and submissions. Wrestle each other all around the whole arena if we have to. And that's going to be the matchup at WrestleFest in 2 weeks' time. And I want to make sure that I shut you up for good. Because Maxwell, you say I'm better than you, and you know it for the last couple of weeks here on TEW. But quite frankly, you're not. You see, you might have beaten me. You might have, I might have beaten your bodyguard Wardlow last week. But it doesn't matter. Because the whole point is that I'm challenging for a matchup at WrestleFest for what you did to me and what you've treated me like the last couple of weeks. Because you treat me like a bitch. Ooh. So now I'm going to do the most difficult thing and kick your ass around the whole ring at WrestleFest. See you later. Goodbye. Oh, big promo right there from AK-47. It seems like an Extreme Rules match between MJF and AK-47 at WrestleFest in 2 weeks' time on the 25th of July. And very big promo, very big announcement made by AK-47. On this way down to the ring, this match is going to be a women's matchup between Sunshine and Brittany. And this will be live right now here on TEW. No championship matchup, just those two fighting each other here on Super Show. That's live next. Alright, women's matchup, right here. Ding, ding, ding. And let's get straight into it right now here on TEW. It's going to be Sunshine versus Brittany in its one-on-one match here on Total Elite Wrestling. Brittany had a match, Sunshine had a matchup at In Your House with Grace Chang for the TEW Women's Championship belt, but failed to beat her and lost at the matchup. But since then, she's got a match with Brittany here on SuperShow, just a fair one-on-one match, just to entertain the fans here on TEW. Now, cover right here. One. Kick out right there from, Sunshine actually kicks out from that. Elbow. Now. Drop kick. Basically, something's been announced later on today, of course, here on TEW, because later on today, Jack Swagger's going to be in a main event matchup tonight against Bobby Anderson. Bobby Anderson, former TEW champion in his own right. And cover here, one. Oh, yeah, obviously, that's what's going to happen tonight. Swagger's going to have a match tonight in the main event against Bobby Anderson. So I thought I'd let that be as clear tonight, before their build-up with Roman Reigns and Swagger at the pay-per-view. What's his name? And also last week, Swagger actually attacked Roman Reigns after Roman Reigns trying to cheap shot him last week as well. And Swagger did take him out last week. But he's now thinking about the future. And the future is beating Roman Reigns at WrestleFest. Forget about that championship match with Bash King for the RSC championship at In Your House. He's more thinking about Reigns. His mindset is actually Roman Reigns anyway. Now, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the big punch right in the face there from Sunshine. Now, leg drop there from Sunshine right there. Very, very good. Elbow. 1, 2, kick out. Elbow again. Sunshine reverses it. Now Sunshine the suplex move again. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Sunshine just got the win here. Very, very good win here. Entertaining matchup here on TEW. Sunshine wins.
This is a JB production. Mama see the NLV, my and she looking so cool. She could got a piece and she the one I go to. Rita is a diva and she sitting up on chrome. Give me a honey with some money cause she get it on her own. How she be whipping it, style is ridiculous. I'ma cake it up and have her laughing like she ticklish. Gucci, Prada, she hotter than a Prada. Rockin' that Versace even when she in a sauna. Occupation, shorty can't work it. Diamonds in her bracelet, she doing it on purpose. She fresh, she cool. Everything that she on brand new. 24's what we rolling on. Watch a Chevy Tahoe flow. Patron Nouveau, sipping on tequila roll. Club lights, strobe lights, tipsy at the bar. You water this.
She's your winner. Sunshine. Sunshine wins here on TEW. Very good win. Let's get to the next matchup. Drew Galloway lost last week here on TEW since he lost to Jack Swagger in that #1 contenders matchup last week. Drew Galloway has been scheduled to fight Macho Max here tonight on TEW since that beatdown and that defeat he had with Swagger last week. And that handout man, Galloway might have to earn his spot around here. So he is starting at the bottom of the card in the roster after losing to Reigns at In Your House. So let's see what he can do in a one-on-one match with Macho Max here tonight on TEW. Alright, this is it. Ding ding ding, here we go, and this is it, TEW right here. We're live, of course, for Total Elite Wrestling. Drew Galloway versus Macho Max. And obviously he's been scheduled to fight in the lower card fights, of course, since he failed to beat Swagger last week to fight Reigns for a rematch, probably at the pay-per-view at WrestleFest. So Swagger's going to be the #1 contender to fight Reigns, of course. But however, Reigns obviously got that opponent, Swagger. And Swagger actually attacked Reigns last week. And then they had a promo earlier today, and Reigns, of course, was attacked. Well, attacked with a brawl between Reigns and Swagger during the confrontation they had in the middle of the ring. But that'll be the opponent for this Saturday. But however, coming up next after this matchup, Swagger's going to be taking on Bobby Anderson in the main event of tonight's event here on Tuesday night. So it'll be Bobby Anderson versus Jack Swagger in the main event of tonight's show. So I look forward to that. But before we get to that matchup, we're going to have this match first of all with Drew Galloway. Could have been #1 contender for Reigns' title, but fought in the lower card fights as he lost, and he needs to earn his spot around, and he's doing that by beating up Macho Max here today on TEW. And this is it, Drew Galloway right now throwing ham hocks at Macho Max here. This is my time to shine. This is my time. This is my time, Macho. My time. Yeah, my time, he's shouting. But now, Macho Max here trying to... Well, no, oh, good way for Drew Galloway there. It's my time, Macho. My time to shine. Not your time, my time. Yeah, my time, he's shouting Drew Galloway at the ears of Macho Max, of course. And he knows that he wants to be the TEW champion. He wants to be the one who can go knuckle down, go straight into it. Since he was released from WCW 2 months ago on SmackDown, when he quit WCW to join TEW, he's obviously one of the big names. And now Galloway now, the shoulder tackle to Macho Max. Now. Oh, the knee right in the face. Now cover. 1. Kick out. Very good move right there. That is from Drew Galloway, the Scottish kisser. My time, Macho. It's my time. My time, he's saying. And Galloway with that drop kick to Macho Max here. Oh, that knee right in the face, the side of the bottom of the turnbuckle. And Macho Max, of course, is actually senselessly attacked here in this match with Drew Galloway. He wants to make an effort. He wants to make a name for himself. That's what he wants to be. I know they had a match with Reigns, but that didn't work out the plan. But he wants to work back up to the card again and try and get that match with Reigns in the years to come here on TEW, or become a TEW champion. But doing that, he's trying to beat Macho Max here today to get that #1 contender spot, or maybe get that opportunity in the future. But now Drew Galloway, meanwhile, the suplex jackhammer right there from Drew Galloway. And now Galloway right now has got one more thing in place right now. What's he going to do? And now, future shock. DDT. Cover. Game over. 1, 2. Kick out from Macho Max. He kicked out, damn it. How did he kick out from that? Yeah, he looks furious. He does, Drew Galloway. How did he kick out from that? But, well, Macho Max is being very brave here to kick out from that move. And a good shoulder tackle there from Drew Galloway now to Macho. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Oh. Oh, the knee right in the stomach again. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And Galloway right there just won the match. Just jumped on the top rope, squashed him, and wins. Here's your winner, Drew Galloway. Give me a mic. Give me a... You see, that was an example right there. Beating Macho Max fair and square in this middle of this ring. You see, last week I lost to Jack Swagger in the main event. But you see, I'm not afraid of anyone, any mankind. I'm not afraid of no one. You see, I've actually planned out whoever wins and walks out as TEW champion by WrestleFest, by the end of WrestleFest, whoever wins between Roman Reigns or Jack Swagger at the end of WrestleFest, they're going to have a shot with me at Summer Brawl in August. Because the pay-per-view coming up after WrestleFest is Summer Brawl. And I've decided that whoever wins out of Roman Reigns, and out of Jack Swagger, whoever wins between Swagger or Reigns at WrestleFest in 2 weeks' time, will fight me for their championship at Summer Brawl on the 15th of August. And that's my decision has been made. On the 15th of August, I could face Reigns or I could face Jack Swagger. It all depends who walks out as champion by the end of that matchup in that Hell in a Cell matchup at WrestleFest in 2 weeks' time. So Reigns, Swagger, if you're watching this very carefully, whoever wins out of you two will fight me at Summer Brawl on the 15th of August. So get ready, because I'm ready to kick some Scottish bot. Seems like to me that Drew Galloway said that whoever wins between Roman... Alright, coming up right here, right now, here on TEW, the main event of tonight. It's been announced on the announcement earlier today that Swagger will take on Bobby Anderson in the main event right now here on TEW. Here we go, the main event is going to be live right now. Swagger versus Bobby Anderson. And here we go, and let's get straight into this action. Scheduled by Joey Davis, the general manager And let's get TEW underway right here, right now. And let's kick things off for this main event of tonight between Jack Swagger and also Bobby Anderson. I know why Anderson's really involved in these top matches, but obviously that's all been scheduled by the general manager, Joey Davis. And this might give Anderson a chance, possibly, to maybe be at the title reigns or title shots, maybe at the pay-per-views coming up, possibly. So it's a big opportunity for Bobby Anderson, maybe against Swagger in the main event here tonight. And we know that Reigns will take on Swagger at Hell in a Cell. But whoever wins out of Swagger and Roman Reigns at WrestleFest on the 25th of July will take on Drew Galloway at Summer Brawl pay-per-view on the 15th of August. So whoever wins out of Jack Swagger or Roman Reigns for the TEW Championship inside the Hell in a Cell, then they will be fighting Drew Galloway on Summer Brawl pay-per-view on the 15th of August. So yeah, very, very big. But meanwhile here, the drop kick there from Jack Swagger there to Bobby Anderson. And obviously Zeb Coulter, the manager of Swagger's watching on this matchup, definitely. And now cover right here. 1, 2, kick out there from Bobby Anderson. Drop kick. Another splash right there. Now cover. 1, 2, kick out. Drop kick there from Swagger now. Very, very good. Oh, what a jump right there. Now cover. 1, 2. Powerbomb. Now cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Bobby Anderson. Cover right there. Elbow drop. 1, 2. Kick out there from Bobby Anderson. Anderson's doing a very good job here. Obviously, third generation superstar. The father, obviously, Ryan Anderson, back in the days in professional wrestling in the 1990s, of course, and the 1980s, of course. That was his father. Obviously, he wrestled back in the day. 2, 3. Now clothesline there from Jack Swagger there to Bobby Anderson. What a splash there from Swagger right there. Now cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Another drop kick there from the old Republican. Elbow. Drop kick. Now Swagger. Elbow. Elbow drop. Power bomb. And maybe, can this be it? Cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, kick out, kick out, kick out. Another splash in the can right there. Now cover now. 1, 2, kick out. One, 2, 3, and Swagger wins. Very big win. Took out Bobby Anderson just like a brick wall. Great win for Jack Swagger here on TEW. He is definitely ready for his match with Roman in 2 weeks' time at WrestleFest. Here's your winner, the All Republican, Jack Swagger. We're the people. We're the people. And that's going to be that from us today. John Cole, Billy Mona's Jay. We'll see you next week for TEW, but the night before, the few days before the pay-per-view of WrestleFest. We'll see you next week before the pay-per-view of WrestleFest. Until then, goodbye.